You're going to learn how the big corporations avoid taxes, sometimes entirely. No, loosely how they do it, if it's right for you. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Hugh. I show business owners how to optimize their operations. It's the one thing that I know will get them from 0 to 1. My background is in manufacturing, but I help businesses all across the spectrum. And if you're not new, you know I'm a big proponent of the lean method. I applied it to my own businesses, retired millionaire under 2 years. Now I just help my friends do the same thing. Let's get into how businesses can avoid taxes legally, or maybe not. Who knows? Find out. What's up, guys? Hugh here at Business Wealth Blueprints. I teach business owners how to grow generational wealth with ease. You got Patrick here. Patrick, where are you from and out of?
I am from Fractional CAIO, stands for Fractional Chief AI Officer, which essentially means we help businesses implement AI.
Awesome. And so we are in Dublin. Check this out. There's a Salesforce right here. You got PwC, you got a bunch of other tech places, but we're effectively in downtown San Francisco, but in Ireland. And suspiciously, none of these companies pay taxes, which is nice. How does it work paying taxes? Not these guys not paying taxes. I'd like to not pay taxes.
So Ireland has a much lower corporation tax than most other countries.
What is
Our
it?
corporation tax is in and around 12.5%.
Okay, so 12% corp tax.
Yeah, and what companies do is they will set up an Irish headquarters, but they will also set up a separate company entity, which will be, for example, Apple Ireland, Amazon Ireland, and they will give all of their IP to that company. And what they do then at the end of the year is Apple Ireland will charge Apple a certain amount of money for using their IP. Which means that they can vastly reduce the amount of tax that they pay.
So
if they pay any at all.
So if Apple made too much money for the year, they would just suspiciously have an amount charged by Apple Ireland to erode their corporate income in the US. That money would make its way to Ireland. They'd still pay taxes. It would just be 12%.
In some cases, yeah. But
in some cases, there's more people that then they pay less taxes again.
Yeah, in some cases.
Okay, how does that work?
Companies like Apple, to name just one, will use some certain loopholes within
Look,
the
we
tax
got JP
system.
Morgan. Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, I wonder if they're doing the same thing.
I wonder if JP Morgan
And you got State Street next door.
and State Street, I wonder if they don't pay taxes in Ireland, suspiciously. Anyways, sorry.
You've also got Indeed next door.
Oh my goodness. Finish the thought and then tell us how we do it.
Well, there are some court cases going on in like the European Union about Apple potentially owing Ireland a lot of tax money, but I don't really understand exactly how that works, so I won't go into that in great detail.
So you're saying then, on top of they only pay 12% in taxes, there's more stuff they can do so they don't pay any taxes, legally, allegedly.
Legally, illegally, who knows? There's something that's happening. I don't know exactly how it works, but I do know that they don't pay as much tax as they could pay.
But the first step is totally kosher. It's the rest of it.
Absolutely. The first part of locating yourself in Ireland and having your headquarters here and employing people here and being under a separate business entity, completely legal.
So if you're a big enough company, then this might be an attractive option for you.
Yeah.
And that is Indeed.com, isn't it? Man, so this is crazy. Yeah, Indeed.com, JP Morgan.
Looks like
State
Indeed has got a very
Street,
nice little rooftop area there.
PwC, Salesforce. I mean, this is really this is like everybody in the tech world, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. You've also got Apple, you've got Google, you've got Facebook, well, Meta these days. You've got Amazon, you've got Intel.
So everyone's here, and hopefully that money is trickling down. I mean, of course, they're not getting the tax revenue, but they are creating jobs, employment, paying rent. So that's good, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe they bought the building, I don't know.
You're definitely adding to the economy here, absolutely. Ireland has come a long way in a very short period of time, and that is really in thanks to...
Probably due to these tax structures, making it favorable and friendly to do business, so the businesses came and invested in the area.
Yeah, exactly. So without a lot of this stuff, Ireland would probably not be in the position that it's in, and Ireland has one of the highest GDP per capita in the world.
So is this something obtainable? I know a lot of our listeners maybe they would want to do something like that. Is it, you know, how do you set up a corporation? Do you have to be Irish?
You do not have to be Irish. There's certain ways you can get around that. You can, I believe, apply for certain programs which allow you to then apply for an Irish company. But if you do have a single Irish, you know, company secretary, company owner, whatever it might be, then you can set that up here. And you know, it's relatively easy to set up a company in Ireland. Ireland is very friendly towards business entrepreneurs, so especially Irish people who want to set up a company. It's not that it's very easy to set up a company in Ireland, but there's a lot of benefits to setting up a company here. You get a lot of tax breaks in your initial few years. You get a lot of government funding, government grants. Definitely a very friendly place to set up a business.
Also, outside the fact that it was raining earlier, it's really beautiful here, in Dublin at least.
Pretty nice place. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're a normal person, it's definitely within the realm of possibility to set up a corporation now. Not only would probably make sense if you're making so much and you want to move it over here for some reason.
Yeah, like most times, unless you're someone like one of these big companies, you're better off just avoiding all of the headaches and just paying the tax.
Just pay your tax. Right. How expensive is it to avoid paying tax by coming? This whole waterfront is basically just tech firms.
And Dublin is not a cheap city to live in or to set up you know, an office or whatever that is that you want to do. It's quoted as being the most expensive city in Europe, I believe.
Really?
I might be wrong on that, but I do believe I saw an article about Dublin being the most expensive city in Europe, and it wouldn't surprise me because rent here is very expensive. Hotels here are extremely expensive. I would say it's somewhere in the equivalent of like a pretty expensive US city, not like a Los Angeles or California, but you know,
probably like a Chicago or Denver or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe a little bit more expensive than those places.
Well, that's pretty cool. Well, thanks. Any parting message you want to impart on the viewers as far as how corporations avoid taxes? Or if they should, if you want to do that?
I don't think anyone should really avoid taxes. I think that the way that you avoid taxes is by reinvesting in your business.
Yeah. You only tax on your profit that's left over.
Yeah.
So if you spend it building, developing, growing, then you don't have that problem.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes that means just, you know, paying your employees a little better. If that is something that people try to get away with. Sometimes that means, you know, reinvesting in R&D or whatever it might be to continue improving your company. And that's probably why they don't tax you on that, because they want you to improve your company. So instead of going down these loopholes to try to pay less tax, you should probably just keep growing your company.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. I mean, I'm all for not paying taxes, but this whole city center is basically shell corporations that aren't real. And anyways.
They do stuff. They still hire a lot of people here. You know, Ireland's actually a very educated country. So, you know, we've got a lot of high value employees, but a big reason for why a lot of them are here is definitely to reduce their tax bill.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for sticking around to watch. Please help us by watching this next video.